Hello. All right, I am just checking that I have got this all right. I have my phone sitting on my laptop, so I am sharing this live on both Facebook and Instagram. I think this is all good. All right, so something exciting happened last month for my team and I. We reached the rank of platinum in doTERRA, which is one of the, top leadership ranks in doTERRA. 5% of leaders in the company are at this rank, and the average yearly income is a six-figure income. So this was my goal when I first started out in the business. I bought my kit of oils in December 2015. Hey Kelly, hey Paula, I can see you here on Instagram. When I started, I was really inspired by the person that I enrolled with, and just her vision for what she was creating with her business. And it was early days for her, but I could see the vision that she had, and I was very clear on wanting to achieve a 2-year goal of the rank of platinum in the business. And there's a few things that I've been thinking about today. I've had a few people reach out to me just to ask how I have created this while working a corporate job. And when I started, I was working full-time, but since for the last year and a bit, I have been working part-time, which this business has, enabled me to be able to cut down from full-time to part-time. But early on, something that helped me throughout this journey has been the fact that I did set myself a vision. So my 2-year vision was to hit the rank of platinum. And if you've done the sums, you'll figure out that December 2015 to now is 2.5 years. But I do, the first 6 months, I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really have a plan. I guess I sort of fluffed around a lot and wasn't really focused on the work that I needed to be doing. So if I look at when I actually approached this as a business rather than a hobby, or rather than something that I was doing, just as something for fun, that's 2 years from now. Hi Kate, how are you? Hi Amanda. There's lots of people, lots of comments. I'll be looking kind of at both of these screens, both at Instagram and at Facebook. So if you've got any questions as I go, feel free to jump in and ask. I've written some notes which are a bit all over the place. But firstly, having a vision is really important, and knowing why you're doing something. So this is what has driven me throughout my journey with my business with doTERRA, and it's something that helps when times get tough, and they do. It's not easy to do something like this. You do need to put in the work, and you do need to get into action. So having a vision is something that is going to drive you. Obviously for me, my business is with doTERRA, and I loved the oils. So you need to, being passionate about what you're doing is crucial to just keeping up and doing it, because when you are working a job, when you have a family, it is a lot that you are doing. So if you're not passionate about it, it makes it really hard to keep going with it. Something that I was always open to was feedback from my mentor. Being coachable was key. So looking to others within this business and seeing what they were doing and learning from them has been really key in my journey. I mentioned about taking responsibility for the business and approaching it as a business and not a hobby. That's really, really important, because if you don't take it seriously, you're not going to get the results. So once I decided that this is a business and this is something that I wanted to do, obviously things changed, and that helped me get to where I am with that 2-year vision. making sacrifices. So with time, that comes up a lot, not having time to do something, but it's not, I guess, so much about having time. It's making the time to do it. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. So it's making, I guess it's choosing to use your time to focus on what it is that you're creating. So that's been key for me. So not watching TV shows. Obviously there's some that are my favorites, which I would tune into, but working on my business early in the morning and making an effort to get up and do things that need to be done, but also finding little pockets of time where I can, whether it's 5 minutes doing school pickup just to flick a message to somebody, or while you're, I don't know, waiting at the checkout and you've got time just to shoot something off to someone. Whenever I'm in the car, I'm always thinking about things that I can share on social media. This is where I guess the idea for this live video came from. And yeah, I just jotted down a few notes and thought I'm going to jump on and just share as I go with the things that I guess have been swirling through my head. So making sacrifices and making the time has been key. Willing to get out of my comfort zone. This is totally out of my comfort zone for me, doing Facebook Lives. It doesn't get any easier, or Instagram Lives. But just putting myself out there and pushing through fears and blocks has been key to my journey, and also showing myself and willing to, I guess in some ways, be vulnerable and share parts of myself and my journey, and the ups and downs, and just giving things a go. And things don't always work out the way I would plan, but I guess having that vision to drive me is the reason why I keep going. And also my passion and love for these essential oils is obviously crucial, because if I didn't use them and I didn't love them, I wouldn't be able to share them with other people. So there's a lot of things that I have done that I never thought that I would do, and speaking in front of people hasn't always been something that I've enjoyed, and I think it's something that a lot of people don't like, but I knew it was crucial for me in my journey to getting to where I am. Being consistent, this is a huge one for me. Whether you have an hour a week, 2 hours a week, 4 hours a week, 10 hours a week to dedicate to something that you are creating on the side of a corporate job, you need to be consistent with the time that you have. So it may be that you only have a couple of hours a week, but if you consistently use that time to build, to share, to do the things that you need to do to move your business forward, you will continue to keep the train moving, I guess. So consistency is key. It's not, you can't create a successful business like this if you go really hard really early and do, like, I don't know, 20 hours a week, 40 hours a week, and then do that for a few months and then start to feel a bit burnt out, and then cut that right back to 5 hours a week or not even doing anything at all. It's really hard for people, I guess, to take you seriously as somebody who is doing this as a business. So that consistency is really, really, really crucial, no matter, how much time you have. Obviously, planning and being organised when you have a family and when you have a job is really, really important. And there's a quote that sticks out to me. So failing to plan is to plan to fail. So being organised and setting out, each week what you've got on is really, really key to creating success. I mentioned learning from others. So this has been something that I have probably learned a lot in my journey. So I remember early on, I followed anyone and everyone I could in doTERRA just to learn. But over time, I have cut that back a lot, because I know that sometimes I can get distracted and I can compare myself to other people, which isn't going to serve me, and it's not good for, I guess, my mindset in continuing to do what I'm doing. So I tend to look to the successful leaders within doTERRA because success leaves clues. So I tend to look to the leaders who have achieved really wonderful things or who in some ways are similar to me. So I tend to share how we use the oils in our home. We mainly use them from a practical point of view for supporting all of the systems in our body, for using them in our homemade cleaning products, for using them for skincare as a natural first aid kit, and just kind of as our first port of call for anything that comes up in our home. So looking to people who I guess are similar to me in some ways, who are working other like corporate jobs as well, seeing what they're doing, that leaves clues. So looking at that and learning from what they're doing has been really key for me. Deciding to go all in. So I guess this is similar to approaching it as a business and not a hobby, but being willing to make the time to go to company events, to do some personal development work. So a lot of the time doTERRA is described as an essential oil company that is a personal development company that is wrapped up in essential oils. And as I touched on around, speaking in front of people, doing these Facebook Lives, doing essential oil classes, this is all getting me out of my comfort zone, and I'm learning and developing and growing all the time. But also investing the time in reading or listening to podcasts, listening to webinars or calls from other leaders is really, really important. And I have recently, in the last couple of months, started listening to audiobooks on Audible, and I have found that has been really great, just picking up some key bits of information that help me on my journey and help with my mindset and with organisation, and just little tips just to help me, I guess, in most ways be more productive and more effective in what it is that I'm doing. Also being willing to share yourself, share you. People connect to that. So it's easy, I guess, to hide behind images and text and not show yourself, which obviously, as I mentioned, I don't love doing these Facebook Lives, but I know that's what people connect with. And I think, if I can show people that I can do this without knowing everything, and I absolutely do not know everything when it comes to essential oils. There is a wealth of information out there, which, I'm never going to know everything. So you definitely don't need to know everything, but if you're willing to give things a go and you share openly, then people are going to connect with that. Something that I found really effective for myself is batching my time. So given that, I mentioned I tend to get up early, usually before the kids wake up, when things are really busy, and this business does kind of go in ebbs and flows with what's happening. Last month was a particularly busy month. We had a buy one, get one free week of oils, which is always a busy week from my point of view. I would get up early when my husband went to the gym, and I would be busy getting things organised or getting ready so that I could make my way to work, and I would do videos to share the oils that were on offer from my car so that I still made it to work on time. So it's just being a little bit creative with my time, but also batching my time. So if I have half an hour to sit down, I might plan out my week or my month of classes, dates I'm available to do classes, or I may sit down and write out a couple of blog posts that I can share, or schedule in some social media. So I'm not thinking about it as I'm going through my week, or when I'm at work, I know that there's content going out across my social media, and I don't have to I don't have to think about it. So batching your time is really, really key. And I guess as part of that, it is scheduling time to do the work. But as well, for me, I have really found it beneficial to have a group of people around me. Obviously, you know, my husband is very supportive of me doing this business, and it's a joint vision. So when there's times that are busy in doTERRA, he takes the kids, even though he normally leaves earlier than me, and then I take the kids. So it's, you know, it is a bit of a juggle, and making sure that diaries are coordinated for the things that we have going on, both in life and business and work. And also having a group of people to surround yourself with that will support you. And I am very fortunate in doTERRA to be part of an amazing team. And if you are joining on Instagram and you saw my Instagram stories, I've talked a lot today about the support and love that is just out there in the whole doTERRA community, which is really incredible. So there's always somebody to check in with, to bounce an idea off, to get some feedback from, and just some people to cheer you on. Because if any of you that are watching have ever started a business, you know that it's not always smooth sailing, and you do come up against blocks, but it's nice to have people there who are going through the journey with you. And also the celebrations that we have for everybody within this business, most of the time it's when there are rank advancements, but also just generally in, you know, doing something that is out of our comfort zone. We are really good at celebrating successes, big and small, which really helps to keep you motivated and inspired, and to keep you going when you do have a lot of other commitments and responsibilities. So I can't see any questions on here, and they're the main points that I wanted to share in this video, but I plan to, throughout the month of July, just share a few more behind the scenes bits and pieces of how I guess do this business around everything else. As you can see, a lot of it is done when the kids are in bed in the mornings or in the evenings, and in those little pockets of time that I have. But it definitely, my vision for this business is big, and I want to help as many people as I can to not only have these amazing oils in their home to help support them with whatever it is they need, whether that's mood management, whether that's supporting the systems within the body, whether it's reducing toxins in the home. I want to help as many people to get these oils into their homes, but also help other people like me create a business that's going to set them up for the life that they, I guess, dream of and are looking to create. So that keeps me going and wanting to continue, and just putting myself out there and doing the scary things like Facebook Lives. So that's all I want to share. If there's any questions, feel free to comment or send me a message. Otherwise, have a wonderful evening, and I will check in again soon. All right. No. All right, I've stopped it on Instagram. I will stop this on Facebook. Have a great night, everyone.